Did you finish refiguring expenses?
No. As far as reading material goes, the ledger's too depressing. I decided to read the obituaries instead. When you get a little older, you'll discover the only difference between tragedy and comedy is whether it happened to you or someone else. Oh, look. Wick is in the paper today.
In the obituaries?
The business section, sweetie. Apparently he's doing rather well for himself lately. I suppose not all news is bad news.
Good afternoon, ladies. It's a lovely day out there for an extraordinarily long walk.
Where have you been all day? That was supposed to be a brief rendezvous.
I'm sorry, Miss M. Some of the locals insisted on seeing me reenact the perils of Pauline. Oh, customers! I didn't realize we actually served anyone here. Hello. How was your lunch? Are you enjoying your lunch? Or would you say it's more of an early dinner?
Rocky, you know how much you frighten the elderly. Come talk to us over here. We're in need of any business we can get. Finances have her looking to dead people for a laugh.
Oh, well. Knowing Kehoe, that freight has an unusually high content of embalming fluid anyway.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. Despite appearances, Miss M, today has been a, unequivocal success. I just need to find the car.
Oh, honey, you lost the car? It's all we have left besides that old truck. I had to sell the rest.
Oh, don't worry. If I can just borrow a certain Shirley Slovak for a bit, I'll get it right back. There'll be plenty of embalming fluid to go around tomorrow night.
Oh, check the garage. Ivy, you go along too. Victor will be less likely to throttle him in your presence.
Sure.
You know how when Victor looks at you, it seems like he's searing a hole through your face? Well, I have a theory about that. By passing through that singular ocula of his, the hate energy he radiates experiences some sort of amplification, in a manner not unlike stimulated emission, as Einstein described it, resulting in a kind of highly intensified glare beam. Victor! You wouldn't believe what happened today. A bunch of yokels threw me in the back of a truck and tied me to the train tracks, and I had to use a pig to distract them and get out. Noise.
No.
No, but Victor, we didn't even ask a question.
I just need some help getting the car.
Could you please?
Not now. I'm busy.
I was hoping it wouldn't have to come to this, Victor.
Denise, get off!
Oh, but I bend your fingers the wrong way. How about that? I'll crush the air out of your lungs, you big ornery ox.
Okay, Devka, get off.
Okay? Was that a yes? And you aren't gonna kill him, right?
Yeah, aren't going to kill him, right? Get off.
Well, he's all yours. Sometimes you have to rough him up a little bit, but really, he's a big teddy bear once you... Victor! Put the wrench down. You said you wouldn't.
Ahem. I have a bit of a dilemma, Victor. As fortune would have it, there's a pickup tomorrow night. But to the contrary, fortune-wise, it seems I'll have a gaggle of belligerent clodhoppers to contend with. And so, well, I was hoping you would have some valuable advice, or perhaps some words of inspiration for your young protege.
Quit.
Quit? I can't quit, Victor. Who would be left to bring Miss M her gin, and whiskey, and coffin varnish?
How can I help when you are so much like spaghetti noodle?
I'm like a spaghetti noodle?
Yeah, skinny, no muscle. That is why you come back looking always like you got hit by train.
Says the one-eyed man with knees that don't bend.
One of them bends, somewhat. And that's after 7 years of this work.
Well, my record for not getting hit by trains is actually pretty good. I know I've been in a lot of scrapes since I started, but I've survived them all with minimal, what was I, Hey, you wouldn't happen to know exactly where I could find a pig farm around here, would you? Somewhere by the river? No? Because I was thinking, that is, because I couldn't help but notice that oily rag in your pocket. You're practically pointing at it. How could I ignore? And, for a muse of fire.
What?
I mean, I have an idea. You want to hear my...
Get out.
Sure, getting out. Oh, thanks for your help. And for not crushing my skull with a blunt instrument.
Good evening, dear. Ooh. It might interest you to know that Sedgwick Sable is having a new quarry blasted just west of here, between the two rivers. There's quite a list of dignitaries attending the christening. I suppose that calls for a special invitation. They're blowing something up after all. What better reason to celebrate? Yes?
You should be careful conversing so indiscreetly with the portraiture, Miss M. People are liable to think you're crazier than a can of cricket juice.
Oh, Rocky. Come on in.
I found your adding machine.
Thank you, sweetie. Actually, I'm glad you came.
You are?
You're still certain you can get your hands on that freight tomorrow night? We may have some important guests, and I can't keep watering down that watered-down whiskey we've got left.
Absolutely. And not only because I got my hat back and the car, but because Victor gave me some invaluable, because, well, he seemed to suggest the trouble is that I'm the wrong kind of noodle. Tomorrow, I'll be more like linguine.
Uh-huh. The Union Trust Building. It's getting late, but the doorman should take it. If you could just drop it off on your way to wherever it is you live.
Mr. Sable? Mr. Sable! Some thug brought this message for you. It's just your letter opener, Mr. Sable. The doorman said that the courier looked like some scruffy excuse for a hoodlum.
What are you doing here this time of night, Lacey?
Well, I figured I'd stay and make more coffee if you needed it, but I think maybe you've had enough.
Why don't you head on home and get some rest? Big day tomorrow and all.
Old Man River. That seems far too austere a name for something made of mirth and rage. Oh, roiling red blood river vein. If chief among your traits is age, you're a wily, convoluted sage. Is old the thing to call what rings? The vernal heart of western lore. What brings us brassy mirth-made kings? And preponderance of bug-type things. To challenge titans come before? To merge to a try at Avalon once more! And what august vitality in your wide aorta stream? Oh, you must have had to oversee alchemic change of timber beam to iron, brick, and engine steam. Your umbo whiskey waters lance, the prideful sober sovereignty of faulty hallowed temperance and wilt her self-sure continence. Yes, righteousness is vanity, but your sport's for imps, not elderly. So if there's a name for migrant mass, a veteran frivolity that snakes through seas of prairie grass and groves of summer sassafras, a name that flows as ruggishly as gypsy waters, fast and free, it's your real name, Mississippi. Encore?